2 Mauler Fiends, one has Fusion Cutters, one has Lasso Tendrils, Lord of Skulls, which has Eco Cannon and Hades Gatling Gun, Standard Warp Talons, Typhus, 1 Obliterator, and a Land Raider with Twin Link Las Cannons and a Twin Link Heavy Bolter.
I thematically built a strike force here. I've got for my HQ 2 Autarchs, one with a Banshee Mask and Shard of Benares and Dire Avenger Catapult, the other with a Warp Spider Jetpack Power Axe and Fusion Gun. On top of that, I've got 2 units of Dire Avengers, both with Shimmer Shield, full-size units, one with a Power Maul, one with a Power Axe. They are inside Wave Serpents with Twin Link Scatter Lasers. And then for elites, I have a unit of 6 Fire Dragons, Exarch with Fire Pike, couldn't remember the name. They're inside a Falcon with a Star Cannon, and the Dark Reapers, 6 of them, including an Exarch with Tempest Launcher. They're also in a Falcon, the one with the Bright Lance. And Warp Spiders, Exarch has Spinneret Rifle, and then a unit of Shadow Specters, where the Exarch has the blaster version, the 2-shot version, Strength 7 AP2 version of the Prism Cannon, and then our Prism Rifle. And then a unit of Swooping Hawks with an Exarch with Sun Rifle. Maelstrom of Mission War and Chaos are coming on strong. Assuming I don't steal the initiative, they have the first turn. And I have 2 units on the table. And that's it. Other than that, most of the objectives are in the middle. He's got his infantry mostly entering by Deep Strike. And let's get on with this. I'm not going to try to steal the first turn. Okay, we did the whole first turn because it happened very quickly. There wasn't really any shooting on my end. I was at the bottom part of the turn. The top part of the turn was James's Chaos. He moved his Mauler Fiends up, moved up with his Titan, the
Lord of Skulls?
Lord of Skulls, thank you. And the Land Raider went flat out. He laid everything he had into one of the Wave Serpents, and in the end he only ended up doing 1 hull point of damage. He'd gotten a penetrating hit and it went through my cover, but I managed to use the Serpent Shield as a shield, surprisingly. That always shocks people. So he just took the 1 hull point. For my turn, I actually didn't fire anything, but I did manage to take Objective 2 and Objective 6. And since James hasn't yet grabbed an objective, that gave me at least twice as many as he controlled, a minimum of 2, and I managed to get 3 on the victory points. So scoring Objective 1 and 6 were also cards that I had. Or, I'm sorry, 2 and 6 rather. And I got both of those, so I have a total of 5 points for my first turn. At the bottom of the second turn, the Eldar reserves have all come on, unlike the Chaos reserves. Almost all of my combined fire went into the Lord of Skulls, remembered its name, and took it down, really just barely. The only unit I had that could shoot that had not shot at it was the Shadow Specters, because I did the last point of damage right before. Luckily, the explosion scattered away from my guys, so everyone survived it. The Shadow Specters then killed off the Obliterator that had been holding Objective Point 3. I still have 2 Mauler Fiends to deal with and his reserves, but I did manage to score another 3 points just by holding different objectives. Meanwhile, James scored first blood at the top of the second turn when his Lord of Skulls wrecked my Wave Serpent, and he also scored 2 points from holding objectives during his turn. So it is currently 3-8.
Mauler Fiends charged, and one of them, they killed, pretty much killed the, well, that squad of
Fire Dragons.
They killed the Fire Dragons, but one of the, what was it, the fire dragon?
The
Exarch killed one of the Morphines, but then died due to the explosion, and the other Morphine survived. My Warp Talons deep striked, and nothing happened there. They ran, so spread out, and Land Raider pivoted, and Typhus deployed, and that's it.
Here at the end of turn 3, as you can see, the 2 Falcons combined to do 1 hull point of damage on the Mauler Fiend, which was very sad at point blank range. To be fair, James made really, really good invul rolls, so that helped. And I did really, really poorly on my first shots from the first Falcon. And the second hull point was stripped off by the twin-link scatter lasers on that Wave Serpent right there. These Dire Avengers got out, and combined with shooting from the other Dire Avengers, managed to kill off 4 of the Warp Talons. And the Swooping Hawks fired at the squad, managed to do 9 wounds. He passed every armor save, which is quite good. The fusion gun from the Autarch, along with his Haywire Grenade in a charge, because I forgot he had Melta-Bombs and used the wrong thing, ended up doing 1 more point of damage to the Land Raider. And that's pretty much it. I scored a point with the Shadow Spectres. I scored 1 victory point for controlling Objective 3 with the Shadow Spectres, scored another 1 for having a unit within 12 inches of his table edge. As we proceed to the end stages of the game, I managed to score 2 more points by claiming Objectives 4 and 6. The Swooping Hawks took out the Land Raider, and Typhus has taken 2 wounds, so he's down to 4, but he survived being shot at by 2 units of Dire Avengers and a unit of Warp Spiders, including an Autarch with a fusion gun. So he was pretty impressive. However, he is all alone. So let's see how this goes on to turn 5. Cinematic here. The Autarch is broken off from the Dire Avengers. Everyone else is backing away, and instead of gunning down Typhus, I'm going to take him on hand-to-hand combat. See how this goes. What'd you think?
It was good. It was very good, very, very challenging. If you didn't take out Malorna, I was hoping that Malorna Skulls would have survived. It got shredded. But no, that little cinematic at the end of Typhus and your Malorna was very fun.
Yeah. I pretty much begged the whole game that if I just rushed Lord of Skulls, I'd actually take it out. And that is essentially what got for me, I think. The other thing was, first turn you had a chance to get 3 points just by taking Objective 1, and you had mentioned your release 2 objective teams you got. And that was my big thing, was I was focused on the objectives the whole game, so I ended up filling up like 16-4, because I just kept focusing on those.
Very good game.
The Mauler Fiends are actually very respectable now, for anyone who's questioning them.
Yeah. Especially pairs. Running one by itself is terrible. They guys, but as soon as you chuck in another one, it just comes together and it's like amazing.
Yeah. The Shadow Spectres were fun, but definitely the most fun moment for me was charging the Autarch alone at Typhus on his last wound.
It was very good.
And then you happened to fail the 2 ups.
2 ups, and it was double ones.
Yeah. But that was a great game. And yeah, I scored another 1 for doing something else. I'm gonna have to cut this particular part out.